You ever had a team project fall apart because someone new came in, made it all about them, and messed up the whole vibe? That's exactly what fans are saying is happening behind the scenes at Marvel right now, because rumors on the street say Robert Downey Jr., the face of the MCU, is fed up. And the problem? Pedro Pascal. Reports say Robert is this close to walking away from Marvel's new Doomsday Saga unless Disney pulls the plug on Pedro's role in the franchise. And the reasons? They're way more personal than anyone expected. Let's go.
We're always holding hands when we're off carpet, by the way. So when you're thrown into very heightened environments, we kind of are there to always remind each other that we're not alone, that we're in this together. Because it's scary to go in front of cameras and do things. And it's also really, really fun. And so we are always grabbing onto one another to remind each other that we're not alone in any of it.
Break down how a franchise once built on loyalty and legacy is now spiraling into chaos, and why RDJ is drawing the line. Pedro Pascal isn't just in demand, he's dominating. From The Last of Us to The Mandalorian, and now stepping into the Fantastic Four as Reed Richards, the man is on a Hollywood hot streak. But reports say the moment Pedro joined Marvel's Doomsday Saga, the atmosphere shifted, and not in a good way. Sources close to the production claim Pedro came in hot, full lead role energy, demanding rewrites, offering unsolicited notes on character arcs, even suggesting major crossover cameos, ones that would completely restructure the power dynamics of the new MCU. One insider put it like this: Pedro didn't just want a role, he wanted a throne. But here's the thing, there's already a king in that castle, and Robert Downey Jr. wasn't amused.
Crushing Oberyn Martell's eyeballs.
What do you mean?
And I was so happy that people were asking for pictures with
they were doing that?
I don't understand
And
what.
they'd be like, can I put my thumbs in your eyes?
Oh.
Because I got my eyes crushed in.
Oh,
and they were like, can it
investigate.
turn into a thing to put their thumbs in?
That's
And
what-
then I stopped after a redness appeared.
So the context.
Rumors on the street say RDJ expected to return to a franchise that remembered who built it. Instead, he walked into a room where the new kid was already rearranging the furniture. When Marvel teased RDJ's return post-Endgame, the internet exploded. Fans were crying, tweeting, theorizing, Iron Man was back. But rumors on the street say the comeback wasn't emotional, it was tactical. Marvel needed RDJ back because Phase 5 had been shaky. Lackluster box office, mid-tier reviews, and new heroes not quite hitting the mark. RDJ was the reset button, the anchor, the guarantee. But the catch? Pedro Pascal had just signed on as the face of the Doomsday arc.
Now, speaking of sort of the post-Me Too era, so Pedro Pascal, he checks all of the woke boxes. He says all of the right things about trans because his brother is a trans woman who's now going to get some sort of TV jobs, I guess. And he's been touring around with Vanessa Kirby in expectation of the premiere of the Fantastic Four movie. And the video is super weird of what Pedro Pascal does. So he claims that he has social anxiety.
And according to early drafts, his character was positioned as a new intellectual and technological match to Tony Stark. Reports say when RDJ saw that script, he was not impressed. He didn't sign on to co-star in someone else's rise, especially not someone who hadn't paid the MCU dues. No 10-year build, no earned arc, just parachuting in as Stark's equal. Sources say Robert felt blindsided, and worse, disrespected. Let's talk about the writer's room, because that's where things went from tense to volatile. Reports say during a major table read in Atlanta, Pedro offered a bold pitch that restructured the Doomsday Saga's third act climax. The idea? Shift focus from Tony Stark's return to a new character revelation, centered entirely on Pedro's role. Insiders say the pitch would have sidelined Stark in the most critical scene.
And then every video of the promotional, tour that I've seen from the Fantastic Four, he's touching her belly, touching her neck, her chest, hugging her from behind on the carpet, rubbing her arm, caressing her. And in my mind, like, if my boyfriend or husband was okay with me acting like that, I can tell you for certain he doesn't care about me. And the fact that he's getting away with it,
changing a major sacrifice moment into a team ensemble scene, without Tony leading it. Robert Downey Jr., he didn't flinch. Sources say he responded calmly but made it clear. That's not the story fans came back for. The tension? Immediate. One crew member said, the air left the room. Pedro was still talking, but no one was reacting. It was the kind of silence that feels permanent. Since that meeting, no joint appearances, no Marvel promo shoots featuring both actors, not even a photo op. And when Marvel's PR team was asked why the two weren't on the same Comic-Con panel last month, they blamed scheduling conflicts. But we know better, because behind every scheduling conflict is a real conflict. Let's not sugarcoat it.
Been a dream to join the MCU. The movie is called The Fantastic Four. I'll confess, I did all my stretching for real.
He won't leave me alone.
Robert Downey Jr. didn't just star in the MCU, he built it. From Iron Man in 2008 to Endgame in 2019, his arc was the emotional backbone of the franchise. And rumors on the street say RDJ isn't just standing up for himself. He's standing up for the entire foundation of what Marvel used to be. Sources say that during a closed-door development meeting with Marvel higher-ups, Robert delivered one line that dropped jaws. "This isn't The Mandalorian. Universe. This is Marvel. Let's remember who got us here." That wasn't just a dig. That was a direct shot at Pedro Pascal and the Disney execs backing his rise. And now, the old Avengers crew is circling the wagons.
Whether they like it or not, they're never getting rid of me.
What the hell is going on there, and how does Pedro Pascal get away with this?
So the woman that he keeps touching in all the videos is actually pregnant. So she's a married woman to another man that's not Pedro.
Insiders claim that both Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson have voiced support for Robert privately, and may even be reconsidering future cameos depending on how Marvel handles the situation. One insider summed it up. It's not just about one movie, it's about legacy. RDJ's not letting someone walk in and rewrite the rules. And honestly, neither are the fans. Pedro Pascal could have stayed quiet. He could have focused on the work and let the story unfold. But instead, reports say his team is running a full-blown PR campaign before the movie's even filmed. Exclusive leaks, hand-picked interviews. Insider teases about how Pedro's character is the future of the MCU. One source from Marvel's press division said it best.
Which, is a little strange because actors are not typically known for having wild social anxiety, since that is a very, very social job. But he also is extremely handsy with her, and she's also extremely handsy with him.
He's acting like he already owns Phase 6, and not everyone's okay with that. The problem? The audience sees right through it. TikTok, Reddit, Twitter, fans have already caught the shift. They're pointing out how Pedro's press trail is full of bold claims, but no real receipts, no storyline clarity, no team synergy, just hype. And that's not how Marvel built its empire. The backlash has been loud. Not my iron, bring back Tony. RDJ deserves respect. Those aren't just hashtags, they're warnings. And they're picking up more traction than any of Pedro's pre-hype interviews ever did. Now let's talk about the elephant in the boardroom. Disney is officially stuck. On one side, Robert Downey Jr., the franchise's most bankable icon.
He's my yummy old man.
I am your cool slutty daddy.
Hey.
See what you got, what you got.
What do you think?
Oh, they're gorgeous and glowy. That's a beautiful. It's like cotton candy with the sparkles. I love.
Wow.
I love a manicure. I am dedicating. Your nails are awesome. So are yours. Let's see your nails first.
Oh, yes, of course.
They're very nice. Yeah, they're very beautiful.
And as a fan of your nails, I would like you to show them to me, please. Oh, come on, please.
The one who single-handedly carried the MCU through 3 phases and generated billions. On the other, Pedro Pascal, the trending name with mass appeal, fresh fan bases, and Gen Z loyalty. He's the new star Disney wants to build around. But rumors on the street say this clash has put Marvel execs in panic mode. They weren't expecting this kind of resistance. They weren't expecting RDJ's threat to quit. And they definitely weren't expecting the fans to side so hard with Iron Man. Multiple insiders confirm that Robert has given them a very clear message. Fix the story, or I walk. And there's no bluff here. Sources say Disney has already delayed internal production meetings twice, trying to figure out how to either scale back Pedro's arc.
You're in too many things, right? You're a great actor. Pedro Pascal is a great actor. I would never argue that he's not a great actor. Yo, bro. What's up, man? I'm surprised that wasn't Pedro fucking Pascal, all right? Because he's in too many things. He's in that car. Pedro Pascal was in my cereal this morning. Hey, we're going to stop saying he's a great actor, and we're going to stop doing that so we can stop thinking about it. And we're going to stop thinking about him so we can stop being in things. Hey, Pedro Pascal, how many movies can you do? Have a family. Go on vacation.
Or rewrite the climax entirely. Because if RDJ leaves, they don't just lose Tony Stark. They lose the heart of Marvel. This isn't just a Marvel casting issue. It's turning into a full-on fandom civil war. Reddit, TikTok, YouTube comments, every platform has turned into a digital battleground. Reports say the original leak about Robert's threat to quit exploded across fan forums, Within hours, new threads started popping up with titles like, Pedro is not the MCU's future. Stop forcing it. Downey walks, we walk too. Respect the architect, period. One Reddit post even racked up over 50,000 upvotes with the headline, Pascal is great, but he's not Iron Man. Don't disrespect the guy who built this. The comments under that post, scathing. And it doesn't stop there. Fans are resurfacing old interviews where Pedro Pascal hinted that he found superhero movies oversaturated and repetitive. And now, the question is everywhere. If he didn't respect the genre then, why is he leading it now? There's a growing sense that Pedro's not invested in the legacy, just the spotlight. Even fan artists and merch sellers have weighed in. Some are refusing to include Pedro's character in their new designs, saying they'll wait to see how this plays out. And while this chaos brews, one truth is becoming clear. This isn't just a creative clash, it's a trust issue. And the fans? They're planting their flag, and most of them are standing with Iron Man. While the internet burns and Marvel scramble, Pedro Pascal has gone eerily quiet. No tweets, no Q&A appearances, no cheeky Instagram jokes, and reports say it's not by accident. Sources within the Marvel promo circuit claim Pedro has skipped multiple press planning sessions, including one where the rest of the Phase 6 cast was present. He was scheduled to be there. He just wasn't. Some insiders think it's a strategic pullback, letting the storm die down before stepping back into the spotlight. But others? They're saying something much bigger might be happening behind the scenes. One well-placed source said bluntly, there's talk Pedro is already reconsidering if this role is worth the heat. The fan blowback hit harder than expected. Meanwhile, RDJ hasn't posted anything public either, but behind the scenes, he's moving. Reports say he's already had conversations with 2 major studios, both offering multi-film deals outside the Marvel umbrella, and not just small parts. We're talking franchise-defining leads. The message is clear. If Marvel fumbles this, Robert has options, big ones. And Pedro? He may have already peaked before his first scene even dropped. What started as a casting coup might now be unraveling into Marvel's biggest internal crisis since Phase 1. Because when your veteran star is loading the exit strategy, and your next big thing is MIA during rollout, that's not tension, that's collapse in motion. So what's next? If Robert Downey Jr. walks, Marvel crumbles. Full stop. And based on everything we're hearing, he's not bluffing. Expect one of 2 things. Either Disney fires Pedro Pascal quietly and rewrites the saga, or RDJ steps away, loudly, takes the fan base with him, and forces Marvel to rebuild from scratch. Because at the end of the day, you don't mess with the godfather of the MCU and expect him to stick around quietly. And Pedro might want to pack a go bag, because the house Iron Man built, he can burn it down with one exit.